Between Worlds, Season 2, Book 2, Chapter 3, The Council of 12. The next morning the shop felt deceptively normal. Sunlight poured through the windows, customers came and went. Coffee steamed behind the counter. Conversations hummed with the comfort of everyday life. But beneath the surface of reality, something had changed. The second key had awakened, and the multiverse had felt it. Ireland stood near the doorway, completely still, his eyes distant as he listens to the frequencies none of us could hear. "They know," he said quietly. Harmony stopped mid-step. The carnivores. Ireland slowly turned his head. No. A low tremor moved through the air. Not violent, but ancient, authoritative. Something far older was coming. The back wall of the shop began to shimmer. At first it was subtle, like heat rising from stone, but within seconds the air itself turned liquid with light. Symbols spiraled across the wall, glowing and shifting patterns no human language could translate. They moved with purpose, rearranging themselves, as if reality itself was unlocking. Then everything went still. 12 pillars of consciousness emerged. They were not bodies, not holograms, not projections. They were presences, vast, aware, layered from higher dimensions beyond perception. Each carried a different essence: calm, power, silence, truth, something ancient beyond understanding. The temperature shifted, sound faded, even the front of the shop felt distant. Observers, guardians, architects of timelines, the Council of 12 had arrived. No one spoke. Even Evander was silent. I felt both keys react instantly, one pulsing against my chest, the other resonating nearby. They had come back because 2 keys were now awake, and they weren't here to comfort us. They were here to decide. I stepped forward. "Who are you?" The answer didn't come through sound. It arrived as a knowing. A wave of understanding filled the room. Not spoken, not taught, but remembered. They were older than any civilization recorded in human history. Not old in time, old in origin. They did not belong to one world, one species, or one timeline. They were formed at the beginning of consciousness, evolution itself, when the first races discovered that creation responded to awareness. They had witnessed entire realities rise and fall. From that chaos, 12 beings became something more. Not rulers, not gods, not saviors, witnesses. Each embodied a fundamental force required for evolution: truth, compassion, strength, memory, silence, creation, justice, joy, protection, transformation, unity, and choice. Free will. The force that determines every timeline. Over time they transcended identity itself. They became living principles. Some worlds called them the keepers, others the ancient witnesses. To humanity, they would be myth. One of the pillars moved toward its light, folding inward. Then a voice entered all of our minds. Bearers of the first and second keys, state your intention. The weight of those words filled the room. Ireland stepped beside me and bowed his head slightly. The Council of 12, he said calmly. We know why you are here, and you know why we called. The chamber pulsed. We carry 2 awakened keys. We ask for your guidance to end what has shadowed worlds for ages. Silence. Then one of the 12 stepped forward. You are too focused on the coronavirus. The words hit hard. At this stage, you face something far more immediate. The pillar flared. Visions exploded around us. Cities burning, skies filled with smoke, oceans blackened with fire, machines rising from battlefields, nations turning against nations, humanity collapsing under fear. My chest tightened. What is this? Harmony whispered. The council answered as one. World War III stands at the threshold of your reality. The words landed like impact. Allison stepped closer to me. No, not again. The visions intensified. Systems failing, governments panicking, people divided, chaos spreading, faster than truth. Evander clenched his fist. This is how they do it. Break the world first, then harvest what's left. The council pulsed. This convergence has been written for eons. Old structures must collapse. What was hidden must be revealed. I forced myself to look. So it's unavoidable. For the first time, their light dimmed. No future fixed, only probabilities. The visions changed. Now I saw people helping each other, communities rebuilding, truth spreading, millions awakening. The earth surrounded by golden light, the 2 keys vibrating together. War is one path, awakening is another. The keys will determine which prevails. Silence returned. We looked at each other. We had been so focused on the multiverse that we forgot this world, our earth, our people, our timeline. Allison exhaled slowly. We lost sight of what was happening here. I nodded. The battle wasn't just out there, it was here. Harmony stepped forward. This is bigger than we thought. We need the other keys. The council responded immediately. Yes. To stabilize your reality, the remaining keys must be found. Symbols appeared above them. Stars, systems, timelines, connections stretching across existence. You will not do this alone. Allies must be awakened, ancient connections restored. Evander crossed his arms. And if we fail, darkness rippled through the room. Then fear becomes sovereign. Worlds collapsing, civilizations falling. The harvest spreads. Arlen stepped forward. And if we succeed, light bursts outward. Worlds healing, species uniting. Then your reality ascends, and others rise with it. The chamber shifted again. Now we saw Earth from above. Energy, networks, supply lines, systems breaking. Your world approaches an engineered strain. Power failures, fuel shortages, governments reacting. This is not just scarcity, it is control. Who moves? Who eats? Who survives? Harmony frowned. So it's bigger than nations. Nations are the surface. Beneath them, deeper forces move. A pattern expanded across other worlds, different forms, same story. Then everyone collapsed into a single point. A new image formed, a forgotten place, buried beneath stone. Waiting, the room trembled. The 3rd key lies where power was once stolen, and truth was sealed away. Our next path. The council turned towards the keys. One key must remain in this realm. The hidden key glowed. It will anchor this timeline and prevent collapse. I touched the key around my neck. Ireland looked at me, then we chose carefully. Stars filled the ceiling. One region burned brighter. You must travel beyond this system. Seek those known as the Watchers. The name carried weight. They remembered what others have forgotten. Evander stepped forward. I know them. I've been there before. Yes, you will guide them. They nodded. Then, let's move. The council began to rise, dissolving into light. Then one final surge, the walls seemed to breathe. We will speak with you again. Silence. But now the mission begins. Stars flared. You must succeed. If you fail, your reality and countless others will be overtaken. The light vanished. The shop returned. Just wood, walls, silence. No one moved. We just stood there trying to breathe, trying to understand. The shop felt smaller, or maybe we had just realized how big everything really was. Harmony sat down. Evander ran his hands through his hair. Ireland stood still, already thinking ahead. Alison took my hand. The key was warm against my chest. The 2 keys found. 3 still out there. And somewhere beyond the stars, the Watchers were waiting. To be continued.